Next up, I'd like to introduce again Ethan Pressberg. He is a senior engineering manager, and he will be discussing ChatGPT. Over to you, Ethan.
Thanks, Michelle. I hope everybody's not getting too tired of seeing this face since I've featured in several sessions. But I have something that is to me, it's actually a really passion project. I'm really excited to show this. This is probably the first time I've showed this outside the company. This is an innovation project we're working on in terms of, everybody's hearing about ChatGPT and AI. If you were listening to the panel on Laravel, we mentioned it briefly. So at ProcessMaker, we've been exploring the idea of what would it look like if we integrated with ProcessMaker, if we integrated ProcessMaker with ChatGPT. So what I'm about to show you is a prototype that I've been working on that allows you to interact with workflows in ProcessMaker and so much more. It does. Let me just show it to you so that you can see for yourself. That was the wrong button. Let me share my Slack, and please don't anybody message me. Just joking. So this is just a quick chat demo channel that I created for this because the chatbot direct message is loaded with test stuff. So I thought this would be cleaner. So there's a couple of different use cases that we've been kicking around, and some I've implemented, some I haven't. So first the table stakes, the basics. What kind of process you want to be able to access your processes from ProcessMaker. So let's ask ChatGPT, or in this case, I call it ChatGPM. Marketing doesn't really like that term, but I'm open to suggestions. Actually, if anybody has any ideas for what we could call this, please feel free to post them in the chat. That'd be cool. And so let's just say, what are my open tasks? So it's not invited, so I'm going to invite him. When you get with this large language model stuff, you start to think of it as a him or a her. It's kind of interesting. But so here we go. ChatGPM. It listed all my tasks, and if I click on this, it'll take it into my browser. I'm only showing my Slack screen right now, but it works. It uses the native, Slack block kit UI stuff. And then if I were to say, hey, ChatGPM, list the processes I can start. So it'll go and check the connected instance in ProcessMaker, and there are the processes that I can, initiate that I have access to. And with some synchronization between Slack and ProcessMaker, we're able to also make sure that you're only accessing what you have access to, right? So another use case that, of course, the hello, how are you type chatbot works, but one of the cooler use cases that I've seen is the and ChatGPT, as if you're in the space, it hasn't been very stable the past couple of days. I've seen a number of YouTubers talk about it, and I've got the log on my side. That's why it's not showing back. But hopefully ChatGPT will work with us here. So the cool one that I've been working on now is, say for example, you're at a company that you have unlimited PTO, and it's just a matter of documenting it and doing a couple of tasks. So let's say, this coming Monday, I want to take some PTO. So I can say, ChatGPM, I am taking Monday off. And then it goes and tells, it goes and initiates all the things that need to be done. So I report to Alex George. So Alex is going to be notified, and any of my direct reports, as well as my colleagues that I work with frequently, people that, we can use AI to determine that based on your calendars and all big data crunching and stuff. And then afterwards, after it actually went and notified, gave them, whether you want to do it via DM, text message, email, it then goes and also says that it also, sent in calendar invite. And not only that, it sent a calendar invite to and everyone that needs to be aware that I'm going to be taking PTO, but it also marked it as free, because personally, it's a pet peeve of mine that when people send me those kinds of calendar invites, while they're incredibly useful, it's frustrating when they don't mark it as free and it's busy, and then people try and book on your calendar. So in this case, I just want to be aware of it, or my boss just wants to be aware of it. So, but not to block his calendar. So mark as free. If you use Bamboo HR, then Bamboo HR has been updated. Slack status set to vacation mode, and it even can set your email auto respond to work based on the last time you took PTO. And I really want to stress this. I can't stress it enough. I think we are barely touching the surface. Like, we're at the I'm going to use so many different analogies here to be cliche, but like this is the tip of the iceberg, guys and girls. We're in the moment where AI is about to change the world. And ProcessMaker really wants to be at the forefront of that. And so that's why we're trying to innovate and trying to create interesting ways that, as my colleagues have mentioned up until now, our mission statement is basically every second counts. And so when every second counts, say you want to go camping with your kids, and you don't want to have to go and go into Bamboo, and you got to go and send the calendar invite, and you got to remember who you have to. There's a lot to that. It's somewhat trivial, but there's a lot that goes on. And just by being able to say I'm taking Monday off, and it go and executes all these series of actions based on your corporate policy, I mean, that is really, really where rubber hits the road in terms of AI, hyper automation, and really making every second count. So not a terribly long demo. This is basically what we have to show, but I hope to iterate on this, and make this into a really interesting project. And I just want to mention that while this is in Slack, it's not limited to Slack. I'm simply using Slack for convenience because it's an existing tool out there. But if we wanted to put this directly into its own website, that's the integration is there. So I guess I could take some questions if there are any, but otherwise I can give some time back, or Michelle, up to you.
We will go ahead and give you back some time. It's been a long day today. Thank you so much, Ethan, for being a part of today. And I also want to go ahead and give a special thanks again to our Laravel experts, Jason and Matt, for taking time out of their day to be a part of our conference. It's very much appreciated. So on behalf of myself and my ProcessMaker team, I'd like to thank you all for attending today. We will be sending out a recording of today's event, just in case you were not able to be here for the full conference. If you have any unanswered questions, please send them to marketing@processmaker.com, and we'll be sure to include the answers when we send the recording. We hope to see you next month for our user conference on March 23rd. I went ahead and put the registration link again in the chat box. All right, well, thank you, everybody. Have a great afternoon.